$100 million. That's what it cost to train GPT-4. That one training run burned 62.3 gigawatt hours of electricity, enough to power every home in New York City for an entire day. And here's the twist. These training costs aren't just massive. They're the fuel inflating what could be the biggest AI bubble in tech history. And what I'm about to show you will change how you see every AI headline from now on. Most people think ChatGPT is expensive because of how many people use it. Dead wrong. The real cost happens before the model even answers a single question. Training ChatGPT means running thousands of GPUs nonstop for weeks, crunching through trillions of data points, making microscopic adjustments millions of times per second, until the model can predict the next word better than anything before it. This isn't software learning, it's a digital factory, burning electricity 24/7. GPT-3 needed 1.3 gigawatt hours to train. GPT-4 needed 62.3 gigawatt hours, a 48 times explosion in energy for just one generation. Training costs jumped from $4.6 million to $78 to $100 million. When the cost of building each new model grows exponentially but the revenue doesn't, you're not just training AI, you're inflating a bubble. Training ChatGPT requires tens of thousands of NVIDIA H100 GPUs, each costing $25,000 to $40,000. Microsoft alone bought around 700,000 H100 equivalent GPUs, a $17.5 to $28 billion hardware investment. And here's the kicker, GPUs burn out. Every 3 to 5 years, that entire $28 billion investment? Obsolete. They have to buy it all over again. It's not a one-time cost. It's a recurring bill baked into every new model. This is why the AI race looks less like innovation and more like a spending spiral where the bill grows faster than the payoff. Classic bubble behavior. GPT-5 is projected to burn 100 to 150 gigawatt hours. That's multiple power plants running continuously for weeks. And when the grid can't keep up, AI companies are now buying entire power plants. That's a 100 times cost compared to renting. And what happens when every major company wants its own model? You get an energy demand that rivals small nations, with companies pouring billions into training runs that may never pay for themselves. That's how bubbles form. OpenAI made $3.7 billion last year and spent $9 billion, a $5 billion loss, while demand is exploding. Where did the money go? The answer: training of the models. OpenAI spent $8.6 billion on compute in 9 months, paid Microsoft $865 million just to rent GPU access, nearly $1 billion, simply to rent the computers needed to train the next model. When companies lose billions while racing to spend even more, that isn't innovation. That's financial suicide dressed up as progress. GPT-5 is training right now. Projected cost: $150 to $200 million just for the training run. Not the engineers, not the data, not the research. And here's the real bombshell. OpenAI has committed to $1.4 trillion in future chip and compute deals. That's more than the GDP of most countries. For chips that might be obsolete in 3 years, the entire AI industry now depends on pouring astronomical amounts of money into models that must become 10 times more valuable just to justify the cost of training them. That's how bubbles expand. Until they don't. The real cost of ChatGPT isn't the subscription. It's the training runs that burn power like cities, the billions in GPUs replaced every few years, and the financial pressure pushing the AI boom into bubble territory. And GPT-5 will make GPT-4 look tiny. Before you go, drop a comment. Is this the future of technology, or the early signs of a trillion-dollar AI bubble? Like and share if this opened your eyes. Subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Because the real cost of AI isn't just showing up on your electricity bill, it's about to show up in the biggest tech crash since the dot-com bubble.